Hi, I'm Bobby.
And I'm John Mark, and we recently purchased a Barndominium that we're fully gutting and renovating, and this is the adventure that we're about to embark on.
So come along!
Yeah! So we got married in 2018. We lived in San Francisco. We met in San Francisco. Being in California, it's pretty much impossible to buy a home unless you're, a billionaire. And so the money that we would save and put towards vacations instead of putting it towards the house and assets. And so we traveled a ton over the last, 4 to 5 years. While we were out there, we were, collecting ideas and inspiration, especially on our beach trips and everything like that. And so what we're mainly doing is taking all that inspiration and putting it into this house.
So 2020 was an interesting year. We definitely had our ups and downs. San Francisco went in a complete lockdown, so we were forced to stay in our 700 square foot apartment working from our dining room table. It started to get super cramped. Then John Mark got laid off, which ended up being a blessing in disguise because it allowed us to really think about what mattered to us, and our plans got expedited to move to Texas. So we basically put a plan in place in about a few weeks. And before we knew it, we were packing our bags and taking a 24-hour road trip to Texas. We ended up here in the Austin area because we love the city. We love that there's a lot of outdoors things to do. We bought a pontoon right when we moved here. We pretty much lived on the lake all summer, and we love the outdoors, lots of music, food, of course. So we feel like Austin gives us the opportunity to not only have land and the type of lifestyle we want, but to also go out and socialize when socializing is acceptable, hopefully in 2021.
We actually purchased our house just outside of Austin, Texas.
We were hunting for a house with some acreage, and we were lucky enough to find something very unique. And it came with some donkeys.
Luckily, it is outside of city ordinances, so we're able to do a lot of this work sans permit. I was a project manager and built a bunch of retail stores, and I now run a little handyman and project management business. And so I've got a little bit of building knowledge, but I'll also bring in some like people that can consult me on what I'm doing. But for the most part, I'll be doing everything myself, with the exception of kind of bigger jobs like pouring slabs and moving HVAC equipment. And that's about it. I think pretty much all of electrical, the majority of plumbing, all drywall, all framing, all of that will be done by us. And with us doing it ourselves, we're easily going to save 50%, probably more, on cost that it would cost to completely renovate this thing. So it allows us to take our money a longer way in making this place exactly what we want. The property that the house sits on is, our part of the property is 2 acres, and so we have plenty of space on our part of the property, but the property is pretty much open to another like 14 acres. The house originally started as just under 1,500 square foot, 2-bed, 3-bath, and then there's a couple different like lofts and kind of funky little sleeping areas. What we're doing is basically tearing out one of the 2 bedrooms and replacing it with 2 more bedrooms. And so one of those bedrooms is going to be a big master suite with an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet. And then the other guest bedroom is going to be basically a part of this new addition that we're putting in. And then the new addition is basically taking about 500 square foot and adding it to the living area and kitchen area. I think our main vibe that we're shooting to do in the house, I mean, obviously we want to stick with like the farmhouse kind of country vibe, but we want a good mix of like modernism and kind of that like surf shack, beach shack vibe. And so as we're building things out, you'll probably see us do a lot of exposed concrete, exposed metal beams. So we'll be sticking with that industrial vibe as well, but then you'll see we're going to be opening up a ton of the walls and putting in massive windows, and it'll really be open and airy.
And a big focus on organization too. We're building out spaces that'll allow us to keep things off of countertops and also just have a place for everything.
Right now it's about 1,500 square foot. Ultimately, when we get done, it'll probably be just over 2,000 square foot. And so with it being a house that size, we just need to make sure we're smart with organization. Funny enough, where our master bedroom is going used to be actually like a pigsty, which is pretty funny. We'll be shooting to have around just over 2,000 square foot, and it'll be a true 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
18 hours after our home walkthrough, I'm at work. I leave John Mark over at the other house. He calls me asking me if I for sure want to get rid of one of the walls downstairs, and I spend the rest of the day and the next day wondering just what he's doing over there.
Good morning from a nice Texas chilly morning. We are just getting things going for the day. There's the boss over there. Come on, Blue. This is our first day of demo, which is pretty exciting. I'm gonna try to get in there and get this tile up, which should be interesting. I tried to pry up a little piece of it and it looks like it's gonna be pretty difficult, so we'll probably get in there for a few days and pry this tile up, and potentially I'm gonna have to do something to the concrete slab, like grind it down with a diamond grinder or something like that. But should be a fun couple days, so we'll see you out there.
After 2 days of top secret work, John Mark finally invites me over for a big surprise.
What on earth happened in here? Oh my god. Whoa. Now what? What's the next step?
So
And then he was quick to put me to work.
So our focus today is more demo. We're taking out a wall. Sorry, the donkeys are in the background wanting food. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So our focus today is more demo. We are taking out a wall along the stairs that will help open up the second floor. And we plan to replace our wooden railing that we currently have on the stairs with a steel or metal railing to go along with that industrial farmhouse vibe. Take out the kitchen, and our plans there are to expand the kitchen. We had mentioned we are adding on to the other side of the house about 500 square feet, so that will give us that big open kitchen that we're looking for. Also are going to get everything cleaned up and ready to go, prepped for the next process to get the floor down to concrete, and that will be grinding out all of the mortar and what is it? Mortar and grout. Yeah, mortar and grout. I'm learning all these new terms. So we're planning to get all the mortar and grout out with this diamond grinder that we're renting, and I don't really know anything about the grinder other than it's diamond and I like diamonds, so that's how I remember it. But anyways, we're really excited to get to this next step because we feel like we've been demoing everything and we're really excited to start building and putting things back together. So here we go.
We wanted to start this YouTube channel basically to memorialize our adventure that we're going on, and so we can look back later and see the crazy stuff that we've done, but also just let our friends and family have a little update on what we're doing out here. It'll probably just be our moms watching, which is great. Hi, Mom. And I have a secret plan to one day be sponsored by Home Depot. That would be pretty sweet on a personal level. But for the most part, we just want to be able to look back and see this adventure that we went through 15, 20 years from now.